Sunday Without God anime review. An entirely different type of being. Would you rather live a beautiful lie or a painful truth? This is one of the questions that is asked in the 2013 series Sunday Without God. One of the most interesting series that you probably never saw. Sunday Without God, based on a light novel series by Kumihito Ire, is set at a world where 13 years prior to the series starting, all humanity lost the ability to be born and die naturally. Even if someone suffers a heart attack or a bullet wound that would simply immobilize them and leave them in pain, not actually putting them to rest. These people are known as part of the disease but not dead. The only way for a person to properly die is to be buried by a gravekeeper. Gravekeepers in Sunday Without God are not regularly humans but are an entirely different type of being who are able to not only put people to rest but are also the only people under very special circumstances to give birth. However, because gravekeepers traditionally have few emotions and generally who don't make personal bonds, very few people are even born. Furthermore, those who are diseased but have not been put to rest and are not cared for may slowly revert to an animalistic state. Sunday Without God present a very fleshed out world with a lot of thought put into this premise, setting up a world where eventually there will be a last human left. A protagonist, the 12-year-old Ai, is living a quiet and comfortable life as the one and only gatekeeper in a small country village. She inherited the position from her mother, the previous gatekeeper of the village, who passed away when she was young, entrusting Ai's care to the village. Ai has been hoping to find her father, Hafni Hampert, who helped when she was a baby. Ai encounters a stranger in the village who puts a gun to her head and identifies himself with the same name as her father, but denies being her father, saying that the name is from a commonly told fairy tale. Moments later, Ai comes to the village center and sees a stranger has shot for everyone in the village adding to them to the disease. However, as the common occurrence with Sunday Without God, all is not as seems, and the man's relationship to Ai and his intentions with shooting out the entire village become clear and due course. Sunday Without God is one of the single most interesting and challenging shows it's seen in a long time. The series managed continuously to surprise with subverting tropes and going on directions not traditionally seen in anime. Every episode of its short 12-episode run feels important, leaving the series open to more, which we can only hope will happen. Aesthetically, the character designs may not stand out too much for horror anime fare, but don't be fooled. This is a show that the teens are surprised with excellent, fully thought out characters, and a world that, while compromising, is not without hope. There were several times during the show that a major event will happen and mentally say, okay, now I know how the show is going to end, only for the expectations to be subverted a few minutes later. The 12-year-old gatekeeper Ai is a wonderful character with a big heart and gumption as she travels across the land and gains friends, each of which added the experience she grows as a character. Sunday Without God is really a special series that went under the radar when it first came out in 2013. With this new release, it shows it is well worth your time. Recommended.